Hi, it's Lipstick Gal. Thank you so much for watching today. I think it's time for a second chance for a couple of products while I also throw on some new makeup. Okay, so if you've watched any of my recent videos, you'll know that this product here, I had some concerns. A lot of people were telling me you weren't applying it correctly. Now, I don't mind hearing that, but there should be more than one way to apply a product. You shouldn't have to do it only one way. You might get better results if you do it the way the brand tells you to, but a product should be able to be used in multiple ways. The other thing that I got was this. And again, already gooey because I just took it out of the package. This is the highlight from Patrick Ta. The sugar shade was out of stock in my Sephora, so I exchanged it for this one. This one's called My Love. We'll try that today. So it's a second chance for Charlotte and Patrick. We'll see how these products go. I already have some corrector on, and I'm just going to pull this out. What I ended up doing is I ended up swapping this from shade 1 to shade 1.5. And I matched myself in store with this, and this is a much better shade match for me. That's all I'm gonna do. Now I'm just gonna try and blend this in. I've got this on now. I blended it in with my fingers the way I was supposed to. I want to be able to use a sponge, to be able to use a brush, because I really don't always like using my fingers because then I get product underneath my nails. I don't like that. I don't. The one thing I'll tell you is, although this product claims to be buildable, I did not add more than one layer because the last time I added 3 layers. I ended up looking so much glowier because it wasn't the pigment that was building for coverage, it was the glow that was building. So I was getting glowier and glowier, but I still had the same amount of freckling showing through and redness. Overall, it looks pretty good. I did a really good job today of trying to really dull down the correction, like under the eyes, some of my dark spots, but I am gonna put some concealer on top. I think up close though, I still kind of see it sitting on the surface of my skin in areas, especially textured areas. I have some larger pores right in through here, right across the top of my cheekbone and in through here. I feel like I can really see it. And although the glow is really pretty from a distance, up close, it really is emphasizing my texture. But let's see if throwing on a little concealer and powder can help dial this down. I'm gonna throw on a few more things and I'll be back. One of the new products I picked up is from YSL. This is the All Hours Hyper Bronzer. I have the lightest shade in 01. I'm really interested in trying this. First of all, look at the packaging. Oh, it's so pretty. I love this quilted packaging from YSL. It comes on their mini couture clutches, the eyeshadow quads, as well as on this. Does it come on other things as well? I don't know. But I feel like YSL is kind of like pulling me in right now. I'm just gonna use a BK 103. I'm gonna pick up some of this here. I don't want too much. I don't think this is gonna be too much. So when I was in store at Sephora, I was really looking into whether this blush, the All Hours bronzer not blush, or the one from Armani would be better. And as I was looking at the Armani, I noticed it pulled just a little bit yellow, the smallest little bit yellow. When I end up wearing a bronzer that has too much yellow in it, I end up looking like I have malaria or like I have jaundice. I just don't look good. So I was looking for something that was a little bit more neutral, and this seemed to be the one for me. And I feel like it's such a light, I like how light it is. I think the only other one that I can apply with this sort of wild abandon, because I'm just like piling it on, I like the color that it's giving, is the Gucci bronzer. That is definitely one where I don't feel like I have to be too careful in my application. Ooh, I like this. I like this a lot. I wonder if I would get a faster application where pigment built up a little bit faster if I was using a natural hairbrush. Probably, but right now, this is beautiful. So glad I have this. I'm also gonna throw on some of this NARS Blush and Behave. This is newer to my collection. I got it a couple weeks back and I really do like it, but I like how desaturated it is. It does bring color to the face, but it's not too much, which is a problem that I have been trying to counterbalance. I feel like for the longest time it was like, blush, I love you. And it was too much. And I kind of didn't care. And then I started seeing how the light under eyes that I would highlight with a really lighter concealer would look so stark compared to my blush when it was too deep and too pigmented and too heavily applied. So I've been erring for blushes that are a little bit lighter in tone overall, not quite as saturated. And I feel like it really does a good job of looking blushy without being too much. And it looks good in natural light as well as on camera. So I'm gonna go next to the new quad that I got. This is from Surat Beauty. This is called Beyond Beige. This is one of their preset quads. And I love how neutral the browns are, and this is really pretty and cool, but this looks like the easiest, most low fuss sort of eyeshadow quad for every day. Now, did I need this? No. Have I been very interested in how luxury beauty works? Yeah, definitely. Let's just quickly swatch these. Ooh, wow. There is a shade here. It's hard to see because it's got a subtle glow to it and it's almost identical to my skin tone. This is a lot warmer than I thought, but these are just really, really cool. All right, let's quickly put on an eye look. And the idea of, for me, having a quad that's all neutrals and there's only 4 shadows is, it goes fast. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm gonna start with this right here. I'm just gonna pick some up with my brush. Now, I don't have any primer on, and I tend to do this, and you might be screaming at the screen right now. I like to see how a product wears without primer. I don't have particularly oily eyelids, so that's not an issue, but the weather is warming up, and there will be perspiration, and there will be a full day of wear, but I'm curious to see what this holds up like. And every time I try something on for the first time, I usually go primerless on the eyes. Boy, it's a lot more pigment than I expected. I feel like this shade here could easily be a one and done shade. This one, by the way, is called Greige. Oh, it's so beautiful. Reminds me of the color of like a trench coat. I'm gonna go into this one here. This is Brune Noir. And I'm gonna carefully add a little bit to the outside corners. I don't wanna go too crazy with this color. I do want some of that darkness, but not too much. Okay, so I'm placing it, cleaning off my brush. Got a little switch over here, color switch. And now that I have very little, if any, on my brush, now I'm gonna go back, just kind of soften it up. My goal is not to have like a totally glam, like really dark, smoky look. I just wanna get the idea of what this would look like for day. I'm gonna grab this shade here. This one's called Cuvée. And I'm gonna put this like right over the lid. It's got a little bit of shimmer to it, but not really sparkly. I like that it also has a little bit of warmth. I'm gonna take some of that Cuvée shade right underneath the lash line. I might put a little bit of the Brune Noir towards the outside edge as well. I've got this little tiny brush here. I'm gonna pick up some of the lighter brown that I used in my crease first and just kind of buff this out. I don't want it to be too harsh. These are very softly pressed shadows. The reason I'm saying that is because I feel like I'm getting just a little bit, I had a little bit of fallout here, but if I continue to go over the lid, I feel like I'm brushing it away. I feel like that kind of indicates to me that these would do best over a primer. And I'm not saying they're not good shadows because they almost blend themselves. I really like that. But I'm really curious to see what this lightest shade is. This lightest shade here is a beautiful kind of between a peachy shade and a beige shade. This is called Satin Salmon. I'm gonna give myself a little over the center of the eye and then use a clean finger to kind of tap it in. There is a subtle reflectivity to this. So I want that on the center of the lid. And then I'm gonna take it on a little detail brush and hit the inner corner as well. These are very subtle, very subtle. So here's the eye look done. I feel so glamorous. So glamorous, wow. I like how soft it is, how they kind of blend evenly into each other. I bet you I could get more pigmentation if I used more of the product or if I put down an eyeshadow primer, but I really like where this landed. Let me throw on some eyeliner and mascara and we'll keep going. I did a lip liner video recently and so many people were asking me what my thoughts were on the Makeup Forever lip liners. These are just artist liners, so you can use them on your eyes, on your lips, anywhere you want on your face. You can use them on your eyelids. And the truth is, I haven't had one in so long. I was like, okay, let's get one. And one of the ones that is like forever popular is the shade Wherever Walnut. So, oh yeah, that's beautiful. All right, let's throw this on. I love a good wooden pencil. This one's great. And the nice thing is you can see I can still blend it out. I've had this on my hand for more than a minute. So this is not one of those gel pencils that will set down, but I like not having something always set. Sometimes if I need like a red lipstick to be contained, I use a gel pencil because that's not budging. But with a more neutral look, I do like these wooden pencils that have these creamier formulas and that continue to be malleable. They're just enough stiffness to this that when you line your lips, it creates a barrier. But it's not so hard and so drying like some of those gel pencils can just like suck all the life out of your lips. Yeah, this is great. I love this. I was thinking about getting the something caffeine. I forget what it's called, but Wherever Walnut's the one I hear everyone talking about, and I see why. Beautiful shade. I lip comboed a couple of things. I threw the Makeup by Mario 917 matte lipstick over this, and then a light layer right in the center of the Lisa Eldridge Balm Embrace in Eponyl. So it's kind of like a slightly glossy but still matte lipstick. All right, I'm ready to finish this look, and now I'm gonna put this on. Ooh, this balm does not feel goopy. Okay, this is exactly what I was expecting. When I tried the first one of these, I picked up the shade Sugar, and a lot of people that I've seen online have had problems when they stick their finger in here. Instead of it being like a balm, a glossy balm, it was like you stuck your finger in a jar of night cream. It was thick, it was whipped, and as you pulled your finger out, it came to a peak, like as if you were putting your finger in frosting, like stiff peaks for frosting. It was not good. The color was pretty. I'm really intrigued to try this. I wonder if this icy white might be too much. I don't want to go overboard, but I do want a little bit of glow. Okay. Part of me is like, hello. And this side is like, we're here. Right here is the powder. I'm going to use these two fingers here and I'm just going to tap over the top. Boy, that's pretty. Okay. I was so disappointed by the Sugar shade. I was like, no. I just thought that these highlights weren't going to be good. And I feel like this shade right here is gorgeous. I did get it just a little too low on my cheeks. I'm going to throw on just a little bit of powder, whatever's left on my puff, to just kind of take out some of that shine right in there. All right, I feel like we got some redemption. I'm still not sure this is the perfect product for me, but I feel like this shade looks better, and not layering too much of it on also looks better. So I will continue to use this. This might become something that I throw on quickly underneath foundation. Like I'll throw this down and then maybe like a skin tint over the top. But I know this is supposed to be kind of like a tint. It's the Sheer Glow Tint, but it also says foundation in the name. If you're looking at it, this is the Sheer Glow Tint in 1.5. And here is Charlotte's beautiful foundation, the one in the tube in shade number 1. I mean, that's what I have. I have shade number 1. And this, it's kind of hard to see, this is 1.5 Fair. I'm curious as to why these two look like a better shade match. This one's even still lighter than this. I would hope that a brand would make sure that every shade in their foundation range, if they say it's shade 3, that you go in and shade 3 is the same. I know formulations are going to differ, but I think you'd be able to get the same colors across the board. But I've noticed in a lot of Charlotte's foundations, things are just different everywhere. Sometimes one is warmer, sometimes one is more neutral, sometimes one is lighter. I wish that there was more of a, here's what you can always expect from us. It seems a little inconsistent, but I'm going to continue to wear it. I'll let you know my thoughts. I think the look overall turned out so beautifully. Things that I'm loving. Yes. Love, love, love. I was worried about this, but this works really well for me. And I feel like the glow that I'm getting here is just what I want. I am so glad that I got shade 1.5. It's a much better look overall. I feel like not only does it match my skin better, it's not smart to go into summer with a foundation that's like a level 2 light, because I always try and stay out of the sun, wear SPF 50, put on a hat, but inevitably I do catch just a little bit of sun and I get just a hair darker. So I'm glad I didn't opt for the lighter one. I went for the one that's like my best skin tone. And this is great, 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 great. Here's where I would love to know, have you tried any of these? You know, are your thoughts still concerning? Are they controversial? Are you in love? Have you tried this or the Armani bronzer? What are your thoughts there? If you are a diehard Surratt fan, let me know what you think I should try next. And if you like this or you don't, let me know, because I've heard some people going like, no, even for the ones that weren't gooey, but I think it looks so pretty. I love it. All right, let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. Have an incredible day, and I will see you again soon. Bye.